The cameras are rolling, the lights are blazing, and the world of love and hip-hop, Atlanta, is on fire once again. Fans, brace yourselves, because the drama has reached a level nobody saw coming. After years of whispered rumors, public apologies, and messy entanglements, Rasheeda Frost has finally reached her breaking point, and, let's just say, she is not holding back this time. Reports are swirling that during a heated confrontation, Rasheeda snapped, screaming at Kirk in front of cameras, friends, and family. "I'm done with Kirk's fucking lies." And if that wasn't enough to shake the entire fanbase to its core, Jasmine Washington has stepped into the spotlight with receipts of her own. Ready to expose the secrets Kirk thought he buried deep. Picture the scene, Rasheeda's voice trembling with rage, Kirk fumbling for excuses, and Jasmine coolly stepping forward with that smirk fans love to hate. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Emotions ran high, fans online immediately erupted, and the family was left divided, like never before. Was this the final straw for Rasheeda? Could this be the end of her decades-long marriage to Kirk? And what shocking truth did Jasmine dare to reveal that left everyone's jaws on the floor? Tonight, we're diving deep into every messy detail, every gasp-worthy accusation, and every betrayal that has turned this love triangle into a full-blown war. Fans are shocked, alliances are shifting, and the fallout might just change love and hip-hop history forever. Buckle up, because this is the scandal that nobody can stop talking about. Rasheeda had always been the picture of strength on screen, the woman who built her brand, her family, and her empire right beside Kirk even when the scandals tried to bury her. But behind closed doors, the cracks in their relationship were spreading faster than anyone could see. And this time, not even Rasheeda's famous composure could keep her from exploding. The scene unfolded like a movie, Kirk walking into the Frost household late at night, phone buzzing in his hand, whispering excuses about business meetings and studio sessions. But Rasheeda wasn't buying it. She sat at the kitchen counter, arms folded tight, eyes full of fire. The silence before the storm was deafening until finally, her voice cut through the air. "Kirk, I can't take this anymore. I'm done with your fucking lies." Her words hit like a thunderclap. The cameras caught every detail, the way Kirk froze, blinking like a man caught with his hand in the cookie jar. The way Rasheeda's chest rose and fell with pure rage. And the way their son Kai hovered nearby, sensing disaster was about to explode in real time. The truth is, Kirk had been caught in too many webs before. The Jasmine scandal had nearly destroyed them years back, but somehow, Rasheeda found it in her heart to forgive him. Fans thought it was over, that the two had rebuilt their foundation. But this time was different. This time, Jasmine herself was back in the mix, and not with whispers or rumors, but with evidence. Allegedly, screenshots of late-night calls, hotel receipts, and cryptic messages were floating around. And Rasheeda had seen enough to know that where there's smoke, there's fire. She slammed her phone onto the counter in front of Kirk, the screen lighting up with blurry images of texts filled with heart emojis and late-night come-through messages. Kirk stammered, his voice cracking. "Babe, it's not what it looks like," but Rasheeda cut him off immediately, her voice louder now, trembling with hurt and fury. "Don't you dare babe me. I am not stupid. I stood by you when the world called you a cheater, when everyone said I should leave, and this is how you repay me." The confrontation escalated in seconds. Kirk tried to explain, pacing the kitchen, throwing his hands up as if he could wave the problem away. "It's business. Jasmine knows how to stir things up. She's trying to get under your skin." But Rasheeda wasn't letting it slide this time. Her voice dropped, low and deadly serious. "Then why is she sending me your hotel receipts? Why is she sending me voice notes with your laugh in the background?" The room was tense, every word heavier than the last. Kai looked between them, his own anger boiling over. "Dad, are you serious right now? Again, after everything you put Mom through?" His words pierced deeper than Rasheeda's, leaving Kirk visibly shaken. For once, he couldn't hide behind excuses. Meanwhile, the outside world had already started buzzing. Word got out quickly, someone close to Jasmine had leaked pieces of the supposed receipts online, and fans were going wild. Social media lit up with comments like, "Not Kirk again," and "Rasheeda deserves so much better." Memes flew within hours, with one viral post showing Rasheeda as a queen walking away from flames while Kirk chased after her with a bouquet of dollar store flowers. Fans were shocked, but more than that, they were invested, because this wasn't just entertainment anymore, it felt personal. People had grown with Rasheeda and Kirk over the years, and to see history repeat itself was heartbreaking, infuriating, and scandalous all at once. Back at the Frost household, the tension had turned unbearable. Kirk begged, almost dropping his pride completely. "Rasheeda, please, don't do this. Don't let her come between us again. You know she lives off this drama. She's nothing without trying to destroy what we built." Rasheeda laughed bitterly, a sound that was more painful than mocking. "What we built? Kirk, I built this. I held it together while you were out embarrassing me. I raised our kids. I built the businesses. I saved your damn reputation more times than I can count. And every single time, you run right back into the mess." Her hands were shaking now, but not from weakness, from the strength of finally saying what she had bottled up for years. Kirk tried to approach her, reaching out, but she stepped back, refusing to be touched. That's when Jasmine's name came up again, this time not just as a shadow but as a storm. Rasheeda spat the name like poison, and Jasmine, oh, she must be laughing right now. Sitting somewhere, knowing she's got exactly what she wanted, to humiliate me all over again. The bitterness was palpable, but just then, Kirk muttered something under his breath that made everything worse. "She's not like that, you don't understand." The second those words left his lips, Rasheeda's face twisted in disbelief. "Excuse me, did you just defend her? Did you just defend the woman who ruined our marriage once already?" The argument hit its peak, voices echoing through the house. Kai storming off in disgust, slamming the door behind him. At that very moment, Jasmine herself was preparing her next move. Behind the scenes, she was already teasing cryptic posts on her social media. Captions like "Truth always comes to light" and "Receipts never lie." Fans flooded her comments, half of them calling her out for being messy, the other half egging her on, begging her to drop the proof. And Jasmine, she thrived in the chaos. She knew Rasheeda's breaking point was national news, and she was ready to pour gasoline on the fire. The storm was nowhere near over. Rasheeda's words, her fury, her declaration that she was done, echoed far beyond her kitchen walls. It was the start of something that would leave their family divided, their fans polarized, and their marriage hanging by the thinnest of threads. And just when it seemed like the night couldn't get any worse, Jasmine's phone lit up with a notification, a message that would flip everything upside down once again. Jasmine smirked as she looked down at her phone, scrolling through the notifications that wouldn't stop buzzing. Every second, new comments rolled in. "Drop the receipts, sis. Expose him already. We need the tea." She leaned back on her couch, nails tapping against the glass screen, soaking in the chaos she had created with just a few posts. And then, almost like she was staging a performance for the world, she hit post on a new video. In the clip, her voice purred with mock innocence. "Y'all think I'm lying? Trust me, I got proof. Kirk knows exactly what he's been doing, and Rasheeda knows too. But since everybody wanna call me the liar, let me just show y'all how many nights he's been creeping." The video didn't show everything just enough. A blurry shot of Kirk's silhouette in what looked like a hotel room, a text notification popping up with his name, and her laughter in the background. It wasn't hard proof, but it was damning enough to make fans go wild. Within minutes, hashtags started trending. Hashtag Kirk caught again. Hashtag RASHEEDA deserves better. And shockingly, hashtag Team Jasmine. The last one stung Rasheeda the most. She had always been the fan favorite, the queen who held her head high no matter how messy things got. But now some viewers were actually rooting for Jasmine, saying she had every right to expose the truth after being painted as the villain for years. The Frost Empire wasn't just crumbling privately anymore, it was collapsing publicly. Back at the house, Rasheeda saw the clip and her blood boiled. She threw her phone onto the couch and shouted, "I'm done. Kirk, look at this. Look at the circus you created." Kirk scrambled, grabbing his own phone, watching the video in horror. "That's not me. That's not even clear. She's making it up." But Rasheeda wasn't hearing it. Her voice shook with fury, her eyes filling with tears she refused to let fall. "It doesn't matter if it's clear. The fact that people believe it means you've given them every reason to. I can't even defend you anymore." The tension exploded into the streets. Paparazzi camped outside their store. Fans gathered in comment sections, dissecting every frame of Jasmine's video, and bloggers across the internet spun wild theories. Some claimed Kirk had fathered another secret child. Others insisted Jasmine was just manipulating old footage. But the drama only grew when Kai, their son, broke his silence online. In a now-deleted tweet, Kai wrote, "Tired of this same story, over and over again. Pop's gotta do better." Fans were floored. The family's private pain was now spilling into the public, and it was clear the Frosts were more divided than ever before. Kirk tried to do damage control the only way he knew, how by pulling Rasheeda aside, away from the cameras. "Listen to me," he pleaded, his voice almost breaking. "I messed up before, but this is different. She's clout chasing, you know she is. Please don't throw away our marriage over her lies." Rasheeda shook her head slowly, her arms crossed over her chest like a shield. "This isn't about Jasmine anymore, Kirk. This is about you. You put us in this position. You gave her the power. And now you want to act like you're the victim. I'm not falling for it again." The argument turned personal, raw, and brutal. Kirk's desperation grew, but Rasheeda's resolve hardened. For once, the roles had shifted. She wasn't the one begging him to change. He was the one begging her to stay. And that's when another twist hit, one that none of them saw coming. Jasmine went live. Her Instagram feed blew up instantly, as thousands tuned in. She sat there, hair flawless, makeup sharp, sipping on a glass of wine like she was hosting her own talk show. "Since everybody wants the full tea," she began, leaning closer to the camera. "Let me just say this, Kirk's been lying too. ALL of y'all. Not just Rasheeda. He's been lying to me too." "Yeah, you heard me right." Fans gasped in the comments, their fingers flying with questions. Jasmine smirked and continued. "See, the thing about Kirk, he'll tell you one thing, but be promising somebody else the same exact thing. I was dumb enough to believe he was done with Rasheeda. Turns out, he was just stringing me along the whole time. But guess what? I ain't playing no more." The bombshell landed like an earthquake. Was Jasmine admitting she'd been duped too? Was she exposing herself as a victim just to turn the tables? Rasheeda's jaw clenched as she watched the live stream, her heart pounding, her fury mixing with a strange sense of vindication. Kirk stood frozen, realizing Jasmine had flipped the narrative. For years, he had painted her as the homewrecker, but now she was casting herself as another casualty of his lies. Fans are shocked. One blogger posted almost immediately, "The family is divided." And now even Jasmine is claiming she was betrayed. And just when it seemed like the night couldn't spin any wilder, Jasmine dropped one last line before ending the live. Her voice was sharp, final, and laced with venom. "If Rasheeda wants out, I say let her. Because I got enough to bury Kirk Frost once and for all." The screen went black, but the damage was irreversible. Rasheeda sat in stunned silence, her world crashing down around her. Kirk's face turned pale, realizing Jasmine wasn't bluffing. Somewhere, deep down, he knew whatever she had up her sleeve, it could end everything. The war had only just begun. Rasheeda couldn't sleep that night. Every time she closed her eyes, Jasmine's smug face from that live stream replayed in her mind. Taunting her, mocking the years she had sacrificed to keep her marriage intact. She paced the bedroom like a caged animal, her phone lighting up every few seconds with texts from friends, bloggers, and even family members asking if what Jasmine said was true. It wasn't just humiliation anymore, it was exposure. The empire she and Kirk had built was crumbling publicly, and the very foundation of her family was in shambles. Meanwhile, Kirk sat on the edge of the bed, silent for once, his face buried in his hands. He had nothing left to say, no excuses left to give. For the first time, he looked defeated. But Rasheeda wasn't interested in his guilt. "You think looking sorry is gonna fix this? Do you realize what you've done? Not just to me, not just to our marriage, but to our kids, to our brand, to everything we worked for." Her voice cracked with pain, but her anger kept her strong. Kirk looked up slowly, eyes watery, muttering, "I never meant for it to go this far." That sentence, those words, it was like déjà vu. How many times had he said the same thing before? Rasheeda snapped back. "That's all you ever say. I didn't mean it." But somehow, it's always the same mess, over and over again. Outside of their home, the fallout was spreading like wildfire. TMZ picked up the story within hours, splashing headlines across social media. Kirk Frost busted again. Jasmine claims she's got more receipts. Fans flooded Rasheeda's Instagram, sending her messages of love, sympathy, and in some cases, brutal advice. "Leave him, sis, he ain't worth it." Others took Jasmine's side, claiming she was brave for exposing the truth. The family was left divided, not just in private arguments but in the public eye. The next morning, cameras followed as Rasheeda confronted Kirk again in their store. Pressed. Employees stood awkwardly in the background, pretending to work while the argument reached boiling point. Rasheeda's voice echoed across the racks of clothes. Do you realize people are walking into my store? My business, asking me about your mess. This isn't just drama anymore. Kirk, this is money. This is reputation. And you've made me look like a fool again. Kirk tried to defend himself, whispering, we can do damage control. Let's put out a statement. Rasheeda's laugh was hollow, sharp, almost chilling. A statement? You think a little PR spin is gonna clean up years of your lies? Please. And then, as if on cue, Jasmine walked in. Heads turned instantly, whispers rippled through the store. She strutted in with the confidence of someone who knew she had the upper hand. Her outfit was bold, her chin high, her smirk undeniable. Well, she said loudly, her voice dripping with sarcasm. If it isn't my favorite couple. The room went silent. Kirk stiffened, Rasheeda's eyes narrowed, and the tension was electric. What the hell are you doing here? Rasheeda hissed. Jasmine crossed her arms, her smirk widening. Oh, don't get mad at me. I just came to shop. Isn't that what this is? A store? But it was clear Jasmine didn't come to shop. She came to stir the pot, and she was succeeding. Customers pulled out their phones, recording the standoff, knowing it would go viral within minutes. Kirk stepped forward, trying to keep the peace. Jasmine, you need to leave. But Jasmine only laughed. Leave? Why? Afraid I'll spill something in front of your wife you haven't told her yet. Gasps echoed from the bystanders. Rasheeda's face turned red with fury, her hands balling into fists at her sides. You're pathetic. She spat at Jasmine. All you ever do is insert yourself where you don't belong. Jasmine's response was a dagger. Funny, that's exactly what people said about me years ago, but now the world knows the truth. Kirk wasn't some innocent husband who made one mistake. He's a liar who played both of us. And honestly, Rasheeda, you should thank me. At least now you finally see him for what he is. The words stung like fire. Rasheeda lunged forward, employees rushing to hold her back as the store erupted in chaos. Jasmine smiled, her job done, and walked out as cameras captured every second. Within hours, the footage hit the internet. Headlines screamed, Rasheeda and Jasmine face off and press fight nearly breaks out. Fans couldn't believe their eyes. Some cheered Rasheeda on for standing her ground, others mocked the entire ordeal as messy and embarrassing. Social media was split down the middle, and once again, Rasheeda found herself at the center of a storm she didn't create but couldn't escape. That night, Rasheeda sat alone in her car, tears streaming down her face for the first time in days. She whispered to herself, almost like a vow, I can't keep doing this. I'm stronger than this. I deserve better. It wasn't just words, it was a promise to herself. Meanwhile, Kirk sat at home, staring at his phone, watching the chaos unfold online. For the first time, he realized that Jasmine wasn't just a problem for his marriage, she was a weapon aimed at his entire life. And the scariest part, she hadn't even pulled the trigger yet. The Frosts were officially at war with Jasmine, with each other, and with the court of public opinion. And just when the family thought things couldn't get any darker, Jasmine teased one more revelation. Y'all think you've seen it all. Oh baby, the best is yet to come. And with that, the cliffhanger that had everyone waiting, wondering, and speculating left fans more divided than ever before. Jasmine's words echoed across the internet like a bomb going off. The best is yet to come. Those 6 words had fans glued to their screens, refreshing her page, waiting for the next drop. Blogs lit up instantly with speculation. What else could she possibly have? A video, audio recordings. Another secret baby. The theories spread like wildfire, and the frenzy only fueled Jasmine's confidence. She knew exactly how to play the game, and this time, she was holding all the cards. Rasheeda, meanwhile, was crumbling on the inside but refused to show it on the outside. The next morning, she walked into a family meeting at her mother's house, sunglasses covering her swollen eyes, her posture sharp and unyielding. Her mother, Ms. Sherlin, sat at the head of the table, her expression a mix of concern and disappointment. Baby, I've stood by you through a lot. But enough is enough. Kirk has embarrassed you too many times. At some point, you gotta decide if you love him more than you love yourself. Those words pierced through Rasheeda's armor, but she stayed quiet, letting her mother's truth linger in the room. Then came Kai. He slammed his hand on the table, anger radiating from his voice. I'm sick of this. I can't even walk into school without people whispering about Dad. Mom, this is affecting all of us. He's not just lying to you, he's lying to me, to all of us. Rasheeda's tears threatened to fall, but she fought them back. Kai, I know. Trust me, I know, but walking away from a marriage isn't easy. It's not just about love, it's about everything we built. Kai shook his head in frustration. Everything you built. He didn't build nothing but excuses. The room fell silent. Even Ms. Shirlene looked shocked at the venom in Kai's voice, but the truth was undeniable. Kirk's lies had poisoned the family from the inside out. Meanwhile, Kirk was doing his own kind of damage control. He called up Scrappy, one of his boys, hoping to find an ally. The two met up in a dimly lit bar, Kirk nursing a drink while Scrappy gave him the side eye. Brr, Scrappy started, shaking his head. You done messed up again. You know the streets talking, right? Everybody's saying Rasheeda about to walk for real this time. Kirk groaned, dragging a hand down his face. I ain't do half the stuff Jasmine's saying. Man, she twisting everything, making me look like the villain. Scrappy leaned in, his tone dead serious. That's because you been the villain. You ain't just hurting Rasheeda anymore. You hurting yourself, your family, your name. And if you don't fix it, Jasmine gon' bury you for real. As if on cue, Jasmine delivered her next move. Late that night, she posted a new video. This time, it wasn't blurry screenshots or vague silhouettes, it was audio. Kirk's voice, unmistakable, laughing, joking, and saying things no husband should ever say. You know Rasheeda don't need to know everything. What she don't know won't hurt her. The audio clip sent shockwaves across social media. Fans were livid. Comments poured in like a flood. He really said that? I can't believe Rasheeda's still with him. This man needs to be cancelled. Rasheeda heard the audio too, sitting in her living room with her head in her hands. Every word felt like a knife in her back. She whispered, almost to herself, how many times am I supposed to forgive the unforgivable? Kirk barged into the room, panicked. That's fake. She edited it. You know how easy it is to doctor audio. Rasheeda looked up at him with eyes full of fire. So now Jasmine's an audio engineer. You must think I'm an idiot. Kirk stuttered, unable to come up with an answer. The weight of his lies hung in the air like smoke, suffocating the both of them. The Frost household wasn't the only place erupting. Fans began choosing sides more aggressively. Team Rasheeda trended worldwide, with people demanding she leave Kirk once and for all. But surprisingly, Team Jasmine gained momentum too. Some argued that she wasn't the villain anymore. Dutchie was just exposing a man who played both women for years. Jasmine was just telling the truth. One viral tweet read, "She didn't ruin their marriage, Kirk did." The division was brutal. The family was split, the fanbase was split, and now the entire love and hip-hop community was torn in half. The breaking point came when Rasheeda finally confronted Jasmine face-to-face again, this time in front of the cameras. The producers couldn't have scripted it better if they tried. The two women sat across from each other in a tense sit-down, the atmosphere so heavy you could hear a pin drop. Rasheeda's voice was low, cold, and steady. You've had your fun, Jasmine. You've embarrassed me, dragged my family, and now you're out here trying to destroy everything I worked for. But let me tell you this, you will never be me. No matter how many lies you spill, no matter how many games you play, you will never take my place. Jasmine leaned back in her chair, sipping from her water bottle with an unbothered expression. See, that's the problem, Rasheeda. You think I want to be you. I don't. I don't want to be the wife stuck cleaning up after a man who clearly don't respect her. I just wanted the truth out there. And guess what? Now everybody knows. So, maybe you should be thanking me. The exchange left everyone stunned. Even the producers looked shaken behind the cameras. By the end of the sit-down, no resolution was reached, but the damage was done. Rasheeda stormed out, tears streaming down her face, while Jasmine smiled triumphantly for the cameras. The family was left shattered. The fans were left in shock. And Kirk, he was left with nothing but the weight of his own destruction. And just when people thought Jasmine had played her final card, she hinted at one last revelation in an Instagram story that sent chills down everyone's spine. Receipts are one thing, but when the truth walks in the room, nobody can hide. Stay tuned. The war wasn't just personal anymore, it was about to go nuclear. And so, here we are, standing at the edge of the storm, watching the Frost family unravel in real time, from Rasheeda's heartbreaking declaration that she was done with Kirk's lies, To Jasmine's relentless campaign of exposure, the drama has played out like a blockbuster movie, but this time, it's painfully real for everyone involved. Fans are shocked, emotions have run higher than ever before, and the family is left completely divided. Rasheeda has shown strength, but also deep pain. Kirk is scrambling to save face, but every move only seems to dig the hole deeper. And Jasmine, she's become both the villain and the truth-teller, blurring the line between justice and chaos. The question now is, where does this leave everyone? Will Rasheeda finally walk away from the marriage she fought so hard to protect? Or will she, once again, find a way to forgive? Can Kirk redeem himself, or has Jasmine's evidence buried him for good? And perhaps the biggest question of all, what other secrets are still waiting to come to light? Because if Jasmine has taught us anything, it's that the tea never stops pouring until every last drop is spilled. But one thing is certain, this story is far from over. The fans are invested, the internet is buzzing, and every moment feels like it could be the next explosion. Will Rasheeda rise like the queen she is? Or will Kirk's lies drag her down one last time? Will Jasmine's revenge finally give her closure, or will it spark an even bigger war? The answers are still hanging in the air, and the suspense is almost unbearable. If you've been glued to this drama like the rest of us, then you know this is just the beginning of something even messier. So, what do you think? Should Rasheeda leave Kirk for good? Do you believe Jasmine's receipts, or do you think she's just clout chasing again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every opinion, every theory, and every piece of tea you've got. And don't forget, hit that like button if you're as shocked as the rest of us. Subscribe for all the latest updates on this scandal. And turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single twist in this saga. Because trust me, when it comes to Rasheeda, Kirk, and Jasmine, the drama is just heating up.